Welcome to Sip and Talk. My name is Elvet, and today on our episode, I'm excited. She's a soap star, yes. She's a movie star, yes. And she's a businesswoman and also a mother of two. The one and only, the beautiful Tjuna Kauapirura. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Elvet?
I'm excited.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for receiving my invite. Honestly, I'm like starbucked. Is there another word for starstruck? Your journey.
So, the journey, it hasn't been easy.
It hasn't been easy.
But it is a journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey, and that's what people should sort of look at. Oh my gosh, I haven't done something.
How did you do it? Because we only know the fancy, the Instagram, beautiful pictures and businesswoman, because it sounds very grand. Businesswoman, movies, soaps, all of this. And then people don't know the grind behind all of those titles.
Right.
You know, your school background, family. Let's start there.
Okay, so I grew up in Windhoek. That was at least when I started primary school. But before then, I was in between the village and here.
Yeah.
So mostly at the village up until I started primary school, or at least kindergarten.
Yeah.
So when I started kindergarten, I was basically a village girl, really.
Ah.
So I came and my stepfather threw me in the deep end and said that I'm going to go to Delta.
Ah.
So I was the first black kid in Delta kindergarten.
The very first.
The very first.
Oh.
And also, I didn't speak English, I didn't speak German, and it's a German school, by the way.
Yeah.
So he threw me in there, and luckily he also had a good position. So he was pro to black people going to private school with them.
Yeah.
So he would threaten them sometimes. Oh, you guys won't accept my
Ah.
child.
Is it because it's
It's
black?
because so they took me in, and at first it was obviously a challenge because now I'm learning German. So it went well. After like 6 months, I started picking up the language.
Yeah.
And they were impressed as well at the rate that I was picking up the language. And so I was taught in German from kindergarten up until grade 10. So grade 10 is where I switched over to English.
Yeah.
So maths, biology, everything, all of that I was taught in German. So I started off in Delta primary, and then I went to DHPS. And then I was at DHPS up until grade 10. Grade 10, prior to that, my stepfather had passed on. And then, my mom also started struggling, and my finance weren't doing well. So then I moved schools. I went from DHPS to Concordia.
Concordia, what an
environment.
lesson.
But I thank God for it, because the thing is, I started appreciating education, first of all. So being at Concordia, I would get frustrated about the teachers are doing certain things.
They're not doing their work.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I loved the contrast of it as well, because obviously you now also have a perspective on what actually goes on in other schools, and in other environments, and you also learn how other people behave and why they behave like that as well. And to some I was a motivation. Some people were like, oh my gosh.
Were you like the A student? Obviously coming from
DHPS,
like everyone.
You were the A students. I was just like, guys, what are you doing?
This is so easy.
What are you doing?
Like
the only my weak point was just geography.
Really?
For some reason.
I would have thought maybe science or something.
No. Listen, I came there and I was always class-based or second-based, because obviously there were also other top students there. That one or two that excelled. So I was always competing with them. And then I was grade 11 committee chairperson. I was Miss Concordia. And then, grade 12 as well, you're still, class-based and whatnot, getting your 40s. So grade 12, I also didn't pass very badly, but I got a U in geography.
Oh wow, geography.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
No, I didn't like geography. I did everything higher level, but geography was just not.
So then school, here you are. And then in grade 9, you started waitressing.
Yeah, so grade 9, I was also still in THPS at that point, at that time. But, like I said, my mom's finance would, try to
illustrate.
Exactly. So there were some things that I wanted for myself. But I was just like, okay, well, if my mom can't get it, I need to find ways to get it.
Yeah.
Right? So I would then go waitressing during the holidays. So during holidays, I was waitressing in Ocean Basket. That was from grade 10 up until end of grade 11. Grade 11, I started waitressing at Spur. At Spur, it was one of my best friends called Treasure, and also that's where I met Maria. So we know each other from Spur already, from Spur days.
Where the girls were singing, how did they say Shaka Boom? What was that?
Yeah. The birthday songs.
And we abused them.
And we abused them like, with the paintings on the face. So yeah, so end of grade 12, while I was waiting for my results, I applied at a company in transporters and travel because I was like, okay, I can't do waitressing, forever. So then they took me in because, I spoke German and, I sounded woke. Is what the guy said.
That's what he said.
Yeah, because obviously, it's a tourism company, so I don't have any background. But I was like, listen, I wanted to learn. Yeah. And he was also really just looking for an administrative lady.
Yeah.
But then he roped me into his tourism, part, and I started, receiving guests and all of those things. And then he roped me into Container World. So at some point, I was also a sales agent for Container World. So, he was willing to walk into
let you grow.
And let me grow. And obviously also because I was willing to. So when I started university the next year, I was still full-time, but I had a lot of open, time, especially in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So I sat with him like, this is my schedule, and I can only come on holidays.
These times.
But if you want to, I can come in the afternoons as well.
Wow.
So I'll go to university in the morning, and then in the afternoon, like when the chills are starting to
like
happen.
when you start chilling, Chubby.
Guys, no. At 1 o'clock, I would leave and I'd go to work.
Wow.
And on holidays, I'll be working full-time. So there was so little time to have, to party with friends and whatnot. So only on weekends I really get a chance to really thrive.
Wow. So you make sure the weekends you sparkle, because we knew if Tjuna is throwing an event or a party, it's a elite party. Because, if you don't have money, student life and you have to look for money. You see on Facebook, Tjuna is having an event, it's themed. Everyone wants to attend.
Yeah. Then we had the events, and the events I was doing with also my cousin again and my sister. So we were like, okay, let's do theme party. Let's like 90s party. Let's like a car wash. And also that day, Facebook was becoming a thing.
Yeah, it was a huge.
Now we're marketing on Facebook, and people would come and want to support. So, oh my gosh, there was a lot of stuff that I did try.
It's like you were that person. Those girls that just never rested.
Yeah.
From here to there, and someone else might think, is it because of her looks? How did she get those things?
Yeah.
Have you ever felt people undermine your work because, oh no, she's just beautiful, that's how she just gets it so easy? Is that?
Oh yes, even till today, sometimes you feel like you don't get the recognition that you deserve, but at the same time you're like, okay, it's gonna come when it's supposed to come, but there are still people who look at me and don't respect my craft, me as an actress.
Wow.
They think, okay, maybe she just gets casted because she's got a pretty face, without really appreciating
the craft.
Exactly, and the craft, the talent, and the work that goes into it. So I've done theatre plays, I've done movies, I've done soapies as well. So, and half the time you just don't get any recognition for it because people think, oh, it's just got a pretty face, who got casted, and obviously it's sort of like it hurts because it's like somebody else who doesn't.
Discrediting the hours that you spend doing all of these things.
Because you're like, listen, I did this and I did this. And for me to even be there, I had to be paid like this, I had to do that.
And mind you, acting, you have to read lines and lines and lines.
Yes, and you have to transition from, being yourself to this person, to this other person. But obviously, I don't know, it comes also from way back then as well, when people would say, oh, she's a socialite, she's a socialite, oh, she's just, Maria and she's Spain, and I'm just like, I never wanted to be that person, I've always stood my ground with who I am and what I want as well, till today. So, people that do know me, they know that, okay, that is not just Maria and his friend. She is doing her own
thing.
You know, so obviously people started appreciating.
Because I think in this later years,
Mm.
now people are actually starting to say, no, wait a minute.
Yeah.
She's not just a friend to Maria and Delish, but she's doing her own thing and doing it so well as well.
Right.
Because for a long time, you were the three it girls, beautiful girls, walking around Windhoek. Wherever they are, everyone wants to be, and then they create up little gossips here and there.
Of course.
How did you deal? What was the craziest gossip that you heard about yourself? And you're like, me? Who are they talking? Are they still talking about me?
I don't know what was it? Okay, yeah. First of all, there was one year I know she's just followers. What Maria and Tilly's follower type of thing. There was that one, and then there was what else was it? Oh, there was a whole Dirty Kandeshi thing.
Oh yeah, yes.
Well. And that was like, for me, that was like, guys, seriously, I go to freaking class.
Yes.
Afterwards, I go to work.
All of this.
On weekends, I have events. If anybody's trying to get their own money, it's me.
Doing it myself.
Doing it my freaking self.
Miss Independent here. Hello.
Exactly. So I'm not the one to go out and be like, no, guys, it's not who I am.
Yeah, defend yourself.
No. I'm just like, listen, let my actions and my work speak for itself.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's pointless. Because
pointless.
the worst part is, I think you girls also came at a very difficult time and a good time as well. Because it was a blessing in disguise as well.
Yeah.
Because this time social media was growing.
Exactly.
And then you girls garnered a lot of followers and a lot of people who started now growing interest in your lives. And then they started, because of this, now they're looking at, you are running from one point to this thing, you are dressed to this event. Then people started creating like a fictional, non-existent story about you, which is being a celebrity.
Yeah,
you know?
It comes with it. It comes with it, unfortunately, and you have to have the thick skin for it, you know, to endure it. And if you're going to take on every little criticism and every little gossip and try and defend it or try and smash it, like, you're just going to be fighting so many unnecessary battles, you know, whereby you can be focusing that energy onto something else.
More positive,
You know, and that's always been my thing. And I'm like, okay, like, listen, even when it comes, even Big Brother, the three of us, we sat down, and Maria and Delish, they wanted to go to Big Brother. And I said, no, you guys do that. I want to continue with school. Because I can't afford to, you know, to
take a gap
year. Have a whole gap year, you know what I mean? And that's what I really wanted to do, because I was like, also I'm working, so I'm not willing to also leave my job just yet. You guys do that, I will support you. And trust me, I was their biggest supporter. I was creating events just so people could vote for them. So I was like, I respect that. To each their own. You know, that maybe is your journey. I've got a different journey, but that doesn't mean that we are, you know, that we're not friends anymore. But like, you just need to know that, like, listen, it's fine for people to excel in certain areas. And if your time hasn't arrived, your time hasn't arrived. And you just need to be content with that. Especially if you're grounded enough, and if you know who you are, and if you know what your vision is, what your dreams are, you won't be fazed by what's happening around you. So that's why I say that, listen, I've always known who I am and what I wanted to do, regardless of what people, you know, would say
about, because now that you're even saying that, it also raises another thing, like, when you have friends, what kind, you should also know who are you in this friendship, what is your role, and where do you can't just be flowing with everything that your friends do. You have to be also like, no, we are friends, but I'm also, at the end of the day, my own person.
Exactly.
You know? Which is also very hard nowadays. People, when they are friends, we all have to do the crazy things together.
Exactly.
And then you're like, no, but who am I also? Because then I'm going to lose myself and my values, you know?
Then you lose your job, then you lose your family, because you're just trying to stay in that hype. I know that, especially like after Big Brothers, you know, they were invited to so many events in so many countries. And luckily I got to go on 2 trips with them, which was one to Ghana, one to Nigeria. But all the other trips, you know, there's a lot of things that I had to say, I can't come with you, I'm sorry, or I can't go to, you know, I've got work, or I've got this. And even till today, there are certain things I can't do, because I'm like, okay guys, I'm sorry, I've got kids.
Yeah.
You know, I have to, babysit because the nanny's
But that doesn't change the friendship,
it doesn't change the friendship. At least, like, if the individuals in the group, don't allow it to affect it. You know what I mean? Because now, if you understand that I've entered a different space in my life or different stage, you're gonna have to see how am I going to complement that?
Yeah.
You know, how am I going to support you in that space?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I could have also said, oh, you guys are celebrities now. What do this? Bye. Okay, cool. You know. And also, some of my friends said now they could also be like, okay, you're a mom now, so we're not gonna associate.
Yeah, we can't do with mommy. We have to. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. But it's okay if you go to a party and Shula is not there, and it's okay, you know. Also, if you come over and be like, okay, Shula, I want to come see the kids and connect with you.
Still.
If it means I have to come, to your house and see the kids, if that's what it means, then that's it. You know, so it's just a thing of also knowing that people grow up and people grow into different.
And you can choose to either grow together
or you
grow
can.
apart. Yes, like for you girls, I think it's a good, beautiful example of women working together. Because most of the time, when it's very hard for women when they see another one is another different space in their life. Either they will remove themselves from that person, but you girls have kept the connection, and despite everyone being in a different area, space in their lives, there's still that thing that we're still here for each other, but we also having our own lives that we are living. Which is, for me, I feel that is a very, very beautiful thing to see. I've never really seen it.
It's hard to see it because also people just get lost, in the moment and in the hype, and also people just let small things get in between them, you know. And I'm a very relational person. I love relationships with somebody, so I love to nurture them as well. And if there's something not, okay in the relationship, I want to try and resolve it, and if it so happens that it's not resolved, or that the other persons are willing to come to the party, and let it be, but then at least I have tried, you know what I mean? So that's why I don't, in as much as, I'm social, or sociable, I like to keep my circle
sacred.
still. It's already enough that I'm out there and my sort of like life is semi or half public. So the little bit of, sort of like things that I can protect, I try to protect that. Beautiful, so that's why I also don't have like a lot of like, cliques. I'm not, friends with this person, friends with that person, friends with that person. And, I share.
Because you will lose yourself. Like, I also have that. I've always had an issue. Like, how many friends can a person have as best friends?
Yeah.
Like, one person on earth. Because what is a best friend if I have to now share every detail of my life to 20 people? Then I'm just, might as well just stand on top of a mountain and start screaming my life.
Yes, and then there's also knowing who to go to for what. Do you know what I mean? You can't just be, okay, we are 5 friends, this one likes gossip, this one likes to go out, this one likes to drink, this one likes to, like, you're sort of like what you expose yourself to. Do you know what I mean? You are the product of your 5 closest people.
True.
So if I know for example that, okay, if I need help on, I don't know, finances,
I should go to
this
who?
person. If I've got like, relationship issues or, like just, self-introspect, self-development issues, I will go to this person, and this person also won't be biased, and they will tell me the honest truth. If I want to, go to somebody like I said now, who's just purely just direct and be like, listen, Shula, I think this is wrong. They will call me out, and that's fine. I'll go to this person. And if I just want somebody to just cry with, and maybe just also go out with, afterwards, have a drink, have some fun, I can go to this person, So you have to have a circle that flows into your life. Balanced, exactly. Who pour into your life, and you know that, okay, listen, it's worth me having you in my life. You edify my life. There is a reason why you're in my life. We can't be friends for the sake of being friends. Or we've been friends for like 150 years, so might as well continue for another 150 years.
And there's no use for it anymore.
Exactly, pointless.
Like, why are we still
also
doing
it's
this?
fun to make peace and say, listen, okay, you have served a certain period in my life. I am thankful for that, and I appreciate you, and I still love you. No love lost. No love lost. But this is sort of like the stage that I'm moving into now. And
Maybe
unfortunately,
we close this door.
exactly.
Wow.
When I see you, we're still gonna be,
We cordial and happy and we'll talk.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But in my everyday life, I don't, think that, you're gonna be that person. You don't have to say to that person.
Yeah.
The friendship will come to that point, and you will know it. And you will just remove yourself from certain, situations. Exactly.
Wow.
And if the other person doesn't want to grow with you, unfortunately, that relationship will die an organic death.
Yeah, it just happens,
Organically. So,
and then you also have done, because when I say soap star,
yes.
third wheel comes to mind. Beautiful acting, first of its kind in Namibia that is really well, the plot is really, it's going somewhere.
Yes.
It's this third wheel, it's this wheel that people are fighting for, that goes from the gardener, the next day is with the gardener, the next day is with who, the next day is with who, and then you join this family, your character joins this family. And she also hears about this wheel and she targets the one brother and then she saws the other handsome brother and she decides to mess this whole situation up.
Yeah.
Your character, I mean, when you read the script, what came to mind, like, what? What was the most surprising thing when you read the script?
Lucia, the most surprising thing about Lucia for me was that she was actually quite conniving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even like at the beginning, because obviously you don't get the full script of all the seasons, Because also you get the script and then you finish the one season and then you get the next one, and then like season 2, Lucia just does a switch and you're like, okay.
Because in season 2, I saw she was really now like, okay, now I have an agenda and I'm here for a purpose, I'm not wasting time.
Yeah. No. Lucia had her agenda. So I think that was the most surprising thing to learn about her, that she was actually quite conniving. But I enjoyed it because, she was very tactic.
Yeah.
So she knew what she had to do to get what she wants to get. So and I like that actually. And you also learn a lot from certain characters.
Doesn't it make you also, I think you come out of your shell being like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like, okay, I should be more like Lucia. I should be more like
bold.
I should be bold.
Yeah.
Get what I want.
Yeah.
That's the energy I need.
I need it right now.
Like, I wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
But, hey, Lucia, thank you for.
You are the girl.
You are the girl.
And then now I always wondered the kissing scenes.
Yeah.
Because I think in season 2 you were pregnant.
Yes.
Because they did a good job trying to hide that. You were either behind something, you were at the table.
Yes.
I'm like, they tried it.
Season 2, I was pregnant with my firstborn. And it was interesting.
Yeah.
Because also a lot of people on set didn't know I was pregnant.
Ah.
So only me, the director and the producer knew that I was pregnant. And I think only one other actor knew that I was pregnant. Because I wasn't also showing too much.
Yeah.
But the nose was changing and I was tired. When I'm not shooting, when it's my break time, I'm sleeping. Some people were like, why are you sleeping all the time with this one? And I guess the guys have got a lot of work and I'm studying.
Good one.
So but it was interesting to
the
shoot
kissing
that.
scenes.
And the kissing scenes, guys, acting is acting. And these are some of the difficult conversations that I still have with my partner. Because he's like, if you're going to be kissing, I'm going to be watching. I'm like, but it's acting.
It's acting.
It doesn't mean jack.
It's not me, it's Lucia kissing.
And there's no tongue. So if I can kiss my uncle or my auntie on the mouth, I'm just kissing somebody else in the mouth. And it's also on camera.
How do you prepare for a kissing scene?
No, you have to show the emotions. Obviously, I can't just...
start kissing,
You can't, you have to be into that person.
Yeah.
So preparing for a kiss or for an intimate scene is that you actually have to try and connect with the other person.
Wow.
So I would have to try and, the third wheel, the first moments of kissing, I was like, guys, this is not even my type.
Oh wow.
And I was like, listen, you're not on any other day, I would not kiss you.
You are lucky.
You know that. And I was like, and he was a bit shorter.
Yeah.
And I was like,
wow.
You're almost shorter than me. But I think you have to just,
create that space in your mind.
and you obviously also switch off. So the moment the camera says ready for action,
You switch off.
You switch off. You have to let go of Tjuna, and you lose Tjuna, who is head over heels in love with this person.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but the scene with Tjuna, that one was tricky. That was, I think, my most intimate scene.
Yeah.
You know,
very intimate.
And even afterwards, like Chops and I were so uncomfortable with each other. We were actually very awkward with it. Because first we're like, it's a brown,
yeah.
You know, like,
and after the kissing, you have to.
You know, we had that scene, other scene coming up. We would laugh about it. Afterwards, it was just so awkward. Like,
what now?
so yeah.
Then Kauapirura happened. Big blockbuster movie that had the whole country talking about it. And you did this beautiful portrayal of this wife. I don't know, the woman somehow, I just have issues with her, like, Phoebe, what is your story?
I still feel so sorry for her, Shane.
Because that man even love her.
He did.
In
No. The man loved her. He was just tied up in nonsense. So
because
that was the problem.
The baby mama here.
The baby mama there, the diamonds there, you know, and
the gangs
also
that is after
the
him.
gangs, and he's just come out of jail now, you know, and also like he's financially he's not well off as well. So it was very difficult. He was in a very difficult position, but he loved her, so he wanted to make it work, you know.
Kauapirura is the one movie that I kept watching and taking breaks from, because it's just fast paced, and also as fast paced as it is, it gets your blood boiling because you're like, oh, did that just happen now?
Yes.
Did this?
And did this guy wasn't he the best friend?
You're like, what is going on? This twist and turns.
No, I enjoy Kauapirura. And obviously also like when you're shooting a movie, you don't know everything that's going on, and you're not gonna read the full plot from the front to the end because you're just gonna most of the times you focus on your scenes exactly. Here and there you pick up, this is where it's coming from, obviously so that you can also prepare for your character and for the lines that are supposed to come. So, but you don't know the full end as well. So now, when we were watching Kauapirura for the first time, all of us were like, oh, that's why. We had a lot of like aha moments because we also didn't know the full story.
I always wondered because every time when the movie premieres, all the actors were like, I'm surprised. I'm like, but you guys were busy shooting. Why are you surprised? Because it's the different scenes.
Yeah, and you're not at every shoot as well, because your character's not in every scene. So, and also they don't give you like, they don't play back the whole movie for you before you start shooting. So they just sort of like give you your pieces where you fit in and where it's coming from, you know. So, but that will not have the entire movie. You know?
And then you had an honor and the privilege to act with your friend Marianne Preble, Fish Underwater.
Fish Out of Water,
Out of Water, yes.
Yes, that was interesting. I was just like, oh my gosh, you're really acting together?
Because I would love to see you girls also, you two again on another movie or something.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I really hope so too. I don't know if she's really interested in acting or if she just want to really keep on directing because she does such an amazing job at directing. And she's passionate about it. You know, I think that's what really drives her. You know, and when Maria wants to do something,
she does it.
She does it as long as she really wants to do it. If she's passionate about it, then she can really execute it so well.
And then you did Dreamers. You get to act with the same person who was on the third wheel again here.
Yes.
Wow.
Was it Dice? And then also Chops.
Yes.
So I was having a relationship with Dice and also Chops. So and then also there was kissing involved as well. It was so interesting because obviously now Chops and I are acting like we're different now as well.
Different
so first, we're playing husband and wife, and now we're like having an affair type of thing. So it was also a different thing.
Wow.
So it was interesting, but I respect actors because you do learn a lot from each other.
Yeah.
You know?
This portrayal of someone's authentic story that you guys have to embark on is not everyone can do that. And then the acting also on the side. Then you started your businesses, and then also somewhere along the line you became a mother of two.
Yeah.
How is the journey of being a mother?
It's interesting. I'm learning so much about myself, and there are
People will say you have become more calmer now that you became a mother. Lifestyle change, yes.
Exactly, and like it's like people don't want people to grow. You know what I mean? I'm like,
because I think because people are stuck. One would say you are like a child star in a way because you are young in your youth, 20s, what, and people knew you from then, and now suddenly you are changing into a mother. For some, it's like we are losing her. We are losing her.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, you know. Oh no, she's gone now.
Yeah,
so
she's
no,
a
we
mother.
can't. She's a mother. Oh, we can't also invite her to any, event. You know, and also when we talk to her, we must, talk. I'm like, guys, listen, being a mother does not change anything. Best believe, Nicki Minaj is now a mother, but best believe you will see
look
her
at Cardi
twerk.
B. Look at Cardi B.
Look at Cardi B. Don't even look exactly.
Like
it does change you. It's not, like watering that down. It does change you.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Unless if you let it. It's different as if you let it. You know? So if you're passionate about something and you still want to do it post motherhood, do it. If you still want to wear lashes and go to parties and whatnot,
and you're a mama that rocks, you rock, you have not missed a beat. You still look the same. I mean, I was even earlier saying that you constantly talking body. I'm like, listen, look at this body, like what?
I think I'm just so hard with myself.
Yeah.
Because before I gave birth, to the first one at least, I was very active. I was a gym freak.
Yeah.
Maria will tell you, I was more fit than Maria.
Yeah.
Like she was like, guy, how do you do this whole gym thing? And now she just came and past me. So I'm just like, I want to get back to that, to that gym mode, to that gym beast. So I think that's why I still criticize myself because like I know my potential.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, so that's why.
I was like, no. There
like
is
you're
no
good,
way.
Yeah, like you're good.
You're
girl,
good.
Like you're
a mother of two, guys. A mother of two. Looking
guys are like,
snatched like this.
Can I still holler
Can I
at you?
still?
Are you still taking
talking of
numbers?
that, you still receive those offers.
Yes, I do.
Can I just take you out?
I do, and even this week, I think like 2 people were like, well, listen, I just need you to text me on WhatsApp. Also, I don't understand those inboxes. Guys, you guys must stop with those inboxes.
Yeah.
No, I'm who? Just WhatsApp me. I'm like,
he wants
why?
to talk everything nicely.
I'm like, we don't know each other. You said hi, and then you said, here's my number, WhatsApp me. Listen, why must I now?
Why must I run after you?
WhatsApp some random guy I don't know. For what reason?
It's funny though.
Yeah, and then there are some young ones who are like,
I can teach you two or three.
Like, I can teach you a thing or two, I mean, you're a mom and all, but I could still show you flames and stuff. I'm like, voice it to something.
Sit down.
Don't come back with that disrespect.
Disrespecting me like that.
But then, sometimes you're like, listen, but if I was single, I would have probably.
Because and you're in a beautiful relationship with your fiance. Yes. He's such a, I always watch when you guys are alive.
Yeah.
He doesn't take you seriously. He's like so funny. I think that's where Nathan gets it from, probably.
Yes. Thank you.
There.
Thank you.
I think so. Because I'm like he the one time you were doing something on Instagram Live, and he was just like, I think you were videoing each other he was in the kitchen, you were somewhere in the bathroom doing your hair.
Yes. I was
like,
doing a tutorial.
Yeah, you were being very serious, and he's like, bruh, are you really doing this? I was like, this is so cute.
He was commenting on my stuff while I was doing a live, and he's like in the kitchen, and I'm just like, guys.
He's like, you are wasting our yogurt. What are we eating later?
No, but I love him, and it's simply also because of the role that he plays in my life. I think when you do find a partner in life, you need to find a partner that complements your vision, or at least where you want to be one day.
Yeah.
So now it doesn't help that both of you guys are pulling each other backwards, and there's no one to really guide the other person.
Yeah.
So even just business-wise, I learned so much from him. To see, so I observe him and I see how he handles certain things.
Yeah.
And and I take off from that. And also, you have to allow yourself to be teachable.
Yeah.
You know, because now if you're gonna be in a relationship where somebody wants to teach you something, but you're just like, oh, I know it all, and you know, I'm not.
It won't work.
It won't work.
Yeah.
You know, especially if the person has got your interest at heart, and equally vice versa as well. That person also has to be willing to receive from you.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a lot of things that he is. I mean, he's a nerd. If I can, I always call him a nerd. Like some of the things that you do, and you know, the time that you spend on work, I could never.
Yeah.
You know, but equally also for me, I'm just like, listen, this is how you know a family should be. You know, this is how you respect your woman. This is how you deal with some of your emotions. You know. So I think we complement each other very well in that sense, that we're both willing to learn from each other, even though as difficult as it may sometimes get, because obviously everybody doesn't see everything. But like, you know, we really invested in our relationship, and we're willing to work through the humps. And those are the two things. If you don't complement each other, and if you're not willing to grow together, it's not going to work. Because yes, there's love. I love it. You know, I love the intimacy and the sex and the whatnot. But if that can be there, but if the foundation of the relationship is not there, then what's the point?
What's the point?
You know.
Because I want to just quickly. How did you guys meet?
We first of all, I'm gonna say this because like you know it's true. He stalked me on Facebook.
Oh.
First, but I didn't know he was stalking me. And I met him one day, and then Maria was like, "There's this guy who's doing construction at my place, but like looks like he's single, and like I don't want him to back on me because I've been too nice. Like, can I set you up with him so that you can go on a date with him?" I'm like, "Well, I'm single." Nothing to lose. It's a free meal. First of all, let's start there. So, and I went onto this date, and the thing is, like, you know, me being sort of like appreciative of, you know, like when I meet like a good soul or good person, I get invested. You know what I mean? So I think, and I didn't, you know, expect to be interested in him like that, because I was like, but he's not my type, and he's a nerd. And it's what, but then again, also I'm a sapiosexual, so I think like, you know,
intelligence.
I love intelligent people, so I think that's what attracted me to him the most. But that's how we met, So basically, when I also saw him,
sparks fly immediately.
Sparks didn't fly immediately because before Maria had set us up, I had met him once through a person at a cafeteria. Then I was like, okay, that's a cute guy, you know. Oh, okay, he seems nice. Moving on, you know. So it wasn't like I saw him and I was like, oh, who's that? No, it wasn't one of those. But like at our first interaction, you know, because like I told you, I'm a relational person. Like, at the interaction, I was like, oh, wow.
This is a smart person.
And then like everything happened so fast. Like I think like we just started going on dates and matches and whatnot, and we enjoyed each other's company.
When did you know, like, oh my goodness, I think I'm falling for him?
I think probably like 6-8 months later on.
Do you remember the day that you're like, oh my God, I'm thinking about him a lot? What was it?
I think it was a thing of because I was staying with my mom. So at some point my mom was like, like, where do you sleep? Where do you sleep? I'm like, no, it's just that, you know, sometimes I'm at Maria's house. The other day I slept at Deli's house. And the other day I slept at Vanessa's house. It's lies. There's only one place where I'm sleeping at. But she realized, and that's also the year of Beyonce's song Crazy Love.
Oh wow.
No, Drunk in Love.
Drunk in Love.
So my mom was like, Shiva, drunk in love. So when I started sleeping out and when I was like, listen, I'd rather be at his place than be at home. That's when I was like, oh gosh, I'm falling. Damn it.
That was not the plan.
That was not the plan.
It's always those moments.
So that's I think that's
it's a beautiful relationship, really. And then you did the mother in business?
So obviously before that I did...
You did the restaurant?
The restaurant, okay, so when I quit my job, I tried to get into renewable energy. So we had started a solar company, but and we had South African partners as well, so it was basically be like a franchise, So that didn't go according to plan because the investor didn't invest as they had initially agreed upon. So that was basically also like an interruption. I was thinking of going back to work, but then I decided to do the restaurant. So I did the restaurant, And in between, we're also doing a bit of PR.
Yeah.
We're also managing Gaza for a bit as well, and managing the Coco Lounges in Chuarongo.
Mm-hmm.
So we launched the Coco Lounge in Chuarongo with him.
No,
That's when we, And then, so that was sort of the in between. Then I did the restaurant. And then obviously after 3 years, last year during COVID, we had to close because it was just not feasible anymore. I was now just, trying to, count please just to pay salaries and my overheads. And it was just not beneficial to me at all. But the 3 years in Confab, honestly, wouldn't trade that for anything else.
Best food.
Learned so much. And also, yes, we produce the best burgers in town.
I loved it.
Yes, so then Confab closed, and now I'm doing Mothers in Business, which is obviously an initiative that aims to nurture mothers and grow them personally and professionally. So so now we're here, and PR, we're also doing a bit of PR, I think we're between Confab as well. So we're also managing PDK and also my personal brand. So now I'm working on Mothers in Business and my personal brand.
Anyone, young person out there watching this, what is your story? What is the thing that you would tell them?
I'll be like, girl or boy, it's not easy in the streets. I think, okay, first of all, as overrated as it always may sound, try and really build a spiritual relationship with your God. The God that you serve.
Whatever that is.
Whoever that is, whether it's the tree up the mountain, whoever that is, try and form a spiritual relationship, because you have to have a source that you take from, that you take your strength from, and that you ask for, even if it's just a universe that you ask for strength from, or even just guidance.
Your chakras, whatever that is.
Exactly, whatever that is, and try and have that keep you grounded, because if you're not grounded and if you're not in touch with yourself and your universe or your provider or your God, it's going to be so hard to go through everything else, right? And having that spiritual relationship helps you keep grounded, right? That's the number one thing that I would say. The second one is try and find the thing that makes you tick. Don't always follow what everybody else is doing because it's a trend, it's a what. If this is really what you want to do, and even if you're a photographer, but you know that there are thousands of photographers, try and find out what makes me different, what sets me apart from everybody else, and then push that agenda, push with everything you can, because there are a lot of singers, there are a lot of performers out there, but there's only one Beyonce, there's only one Michael Jackson. But everybody is doing music. But somehow they have, stood out for some reason. And that's just because of the different sort of like spice.
Just that
whether it's like a pana spice or I don't know.
Anyone in the industry joining the entertainment industry, what advice would you give them? That they say, okay, I would love to have a brand similar, because most people now look at your stories and your journeys and they say, I would love to have a brand like this. Someone who embraces motherhood, does business, does the acting. How does she do all this junk? What advice would you give them, especially about the entertainment industry? Because most people think, that woman, probably she got like $1 million from Kaptura, she got like another $1 million from Thirdly. Because from outside, people will think, yes, man.
I would say that, listen, if
what
you
must drive you? Must money drive you?
Money can't drive you because the industry currently doesn't pay. I think it can't afford, let me rather say that. It can't afford the talent that we have in our country because there's just not enough resources around, right? And also our market is quite small, and we haven't also started distributing outside our borders enough to to make the industry work, right? So yes, acting or something, I don't know, being an artist is a passion of yours or that you really want to pursue, but have a backup plan, or if you do have a job, let the job feed into your talent, let the job feed into creating a brand, let the job feed into you getting, I don't know, a new camera, whatever it is, but have sort of like something that feeds into that, and then as you grow, bit by bit, you can then sort of like start to let go of the jobs and whatnot. Especially if you know that if I had to quit my job now, for the next 8 months, first was 6 months, now they're pushing it to 8 or 9 months. For the first 9 months, can you survive without an income? Can you pay your water and electricity? Can you pay your rent?
Can you still eat?
Can you still eat? Do you have transport money? So before you leave your job for that, make sure that you've got the savings in place, or at least make sure you've got the degree. And worst case scenario, if you're not getting an income, you know that you can get a job, somewhere, somehow. And even with the job, you still have to try and find ways to stand out because, hello, there's lots of accountants out there, there's lots of lawyers out there, but only a few really stand out. And that's just simply because of, what they do differently, and also the effort that they place in things,
I love that you emphasize effort.
It's all about effort and intention. How intentional are you in making this work,
Because a lot of people have made that mistake. They was like, I can't work in the government anymore. I'm so creative. I can do A and B. Then boom, sign, resign, move out. 2 months down the line, I think I need a job because the industry does not pay the same amount of money that even if you're getting peanuts, it also pays for your rent, it pays for the other thing. So I'm glad that you said that make sure before you resign or make any creative move and say, okay, now I'm going to be full-time this. Can it sustain you for 8 months?
Exactly. And we're still trying to grow the industry right now. And I think like last week I posted something on Instagram and I said, I'm so thankful to creators like Maria and Louise because they always try and push the envelope. And like if all of us, try and, do things, differently and boldly, like they do, we will slowly but surely grow the industry and there'll be spaces for everybody, And also guys, like, be humble.
Yes.
You're not that special. You are special, yes, you do. But honestly, you need to have humility because I think that's the only thing that will allow you to work with other people. If you're not humble, you're not gonna meet a lot of people and you're not gonna grow either.
Because people cannot work with someone who's being a diva. I mean, in Namibia, you're trying to be a diva for who?
You have not arrived. That's what I tell people. And I also tell people that I haven't even arrived. I am trying to arrive.
And then we are here saying this is the road to follow, and she's saying that.
I have not arrived. I am still yet to arrive. Trust. You will know when I have. You will know when I have arrived. I have not arrived.
My helicopter first.
Helicopter first.
Tjuna, any last words to anyone out there before we go?
Yes, my last words are simply, like I already said, remain grounded, but also at the same time, be hopeful, and also don't fall into the pressures of life, what everybody else is doing. Everybody has got their unique journey, and they have their unique blessings as well from our sources. So, and everything doesn't happen at the time that we want it to happen. So be patient, but also being patient doesn't mean you're just going to sit and wait. No, being patient means that you're going to sit and work, to what is coming. Exactly. So that when that comes, you are prepared. So just prepare yourself, do the groundwork, do research, read, inform yourself, and don't just stick in your own little shell. Try and meet new people. Try and get out of your comfort zone. Meet new friends, people that you don't hang out with. If you have $50, try and go and sit on a Weinberg, have a drink, and expose yourself to just different things that will motivate you to want to cultivate a better life for you. So I think those are my final words.
I think we should add motivational speaker to this thing. All right.
If I get paid for it, pay the coins, why not?
Legacy. What is your legacy?
My legacy is to create something that, especially with the mothers in business, so that's why I say mothers in business is just so personal for me. It's because I've got a vision for it, I've got a foundation for it. So if I can create a foundation through that and keep that keeps nurturing young women and mothers and future mothers and women in general, I think that would really that would be my legacy. So if that foundation kicks off, hopefully sooner than later, then I would have done it.
I'm done.
Thank you for having me.
I love you so much.
And all the best.
Thank you. I have always admired your way you live your life. Very a colleague of mine, and I always say, Tjuna is such a classy lady. The way you dress, class.
Yeah.
You scream class. And
Yeah.
evidently, so if you're watching my friend, she is really classy, even in real life. To my YouTubers, thank you for watching, and subscribe, share, and get motivated. From me, Albert and Tjuna today.
Mwah.
Mwah. Bye-bye.